I know what the buttons do. I know what all of the buttons do. I don't know what you're suggesting, but I know what the buttons do. Hello, viewer. What is happening? Hello, three viewers. Oh, I probably should. I didn't actually update Patreon. What a ding dong. Hold on 1 second, friends. Not schedule. Publish now. Okay. Now everyone has been notified, and I can commence being entertaining. Hello. Look at all these wonderful people. We got Oak and Boke, and we got YK. We've got Landon, and we've got Griffin Fire. What's up, everybody? I'm I'm still pretty tired from the. It's an 8 hour drive, which takes closer to 11 when you're hauling a trailer because of stopping and things and diesel fuel and whatever. So a lot of driving yesterday. Brain's still a little fuzzy, but heck, it was my first Gen Con, and Gen Con is pretty friggin' cool. Pretty friggin' cool thing, that Gen Con. It was my first one, and man, there's so much more. Not having it be so, I've done a lot of packs. Oh, the card is full. I've done a lot of packs, and PAX is cool, but it's a lot of video game stuff, and this is like all tabletop and board games. So, sorry, just a second, folks. Got a full card here. Let's see. I guess what I'm saying is I really liked it. You know, I'm really excited to go back. And next time, I'm gonna like actually do stuff. instead of just work the booth the whole time. But that seems to take a lot of sort of forethought and planning, which was not happening this year on account of Gen Con being like 2 weeks after GeeklyCon. So, but generally, it was super fun. It was massive. There was so much cool stuff, so much cool tabletop stuff. We got to see a bunch of really fun people. Why do I have this shadow on my forehead? We got to remember how wonderful some of our specific friends are. Got to have dinner with our good buddy Christopher Bedell. That guy is he is a special individual. If you're not familiar, he's the guy who is the founder of Greater Than Games, which makes very, very big board games. And they just got bought by a really big company. And, but yeah, we got to, like, Christopher made time to hang out with us when he certainly didn't need to. Like, there were much, much bigger deals there than us. And he took time out to hang out with us, which was wicked cool. But my favorite thing that happened was, I guess I should say, I'm making a scale roller right now. So this is going to this is going to be like a little stamp. But basically I'm carving scales into it, and then I can just, once I've baked it, and it's hard, I can just roll it over his skin and he will have scales. It's important to remember, this is like a pro thing that I know because I'm really smart and I've done it so many times, but you have to do indents. You have to do sort of the opposite of what you want. Because only a foolish person would do it the other way first, and then realize after trying to use it that they had failed miserably. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now. So we were just walking, and so Christopher is like this crazy guy. He has like super long hair, beard. He kind of looks like Jesus, but wearing a 3-piece suit. And yeah. Anyway, so we were going to have dinner with him. He was standing outside the hotel where we were getting dinner, and he was just talking to two sort of nondescript looking guys, and I was like, oh, he's doing a business meeting or something like that. And, I try not to bother him when he's doing that sort of thing, because it's probably an important thing with money involved. So I was like, just sort of gave him a little, hey, how you doing, as I walked by, just so that he knew that we were there. And then, I figured, oh, we'll catch up with him when he's done with his conversation. And he goes, Michael, Carly, come back. And so we like turn around like, oh, okay. So he wants us to meet these people. So he starts introducing us to these two guys, and he's basically just talking us up. He's like talking up me and Carly, and he's like, this is Michael and Carly. They have a podcast and they do cool things on the internet, and they have a board game that they're selling here and stuff. And we're like, hey, and then, really sort of like being like, these are cool people, Michael and Carly. And then he goes, oh, and this is Mike and Matt. They created this little website called homestarrunner.com. And at which point Carly like literally lost her shit because it was like strong bad. It was right there. And so we got to like chat with with the creators of Strong Bad and his many emails and Homestar Runner and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I don't know. And they're just buds with Christopher. He helped them make a game as well. The Trogdor game, which I believe is supposed to be pretty fun, and you should check out. Um, but but yeah, like Christopher knows that like Carly especially is like really fond of Homestar Runner and stuff. Um, I kind of missed it a little bit. Like I understand how important it is and whatnot, but I was having my two children when it was super popular, so I missed all media during that time. And oh man, yeah. So later, Carly went back then the next day because they were doing like they had the strong bad puppet and they were like just I don't know talking to people in character and stuff. So she got to go and interact with them and stuff, and it was very cool. Um, what other stuff? Um, Larkin came with us, so I had my daughter with us. That was a little scary at first, but man, she was awesome. She kicked ass. She's only 13, and she's, you know, in that sort of 13-year-old phase of life where everything is embarrassing and whatnot. But man, she was a little trooper. She did all kinds of cool stuff. She bought like ears and tail and stuff and was wearing it around and would like bought art prints and also she had the best time. So that was really cool. That was a super highlight for me because I've tried to do like take them to like the Renaissance Festival and things like that, and a lot of times they're like not into it. Um, but this was a thing out in the world, and she was excited, so that was awesome. Never. We're all 13 inside a little bit, I think. Um, and then there was like just like so much cool stuff there. I got to hang out with Jane and Evan a bunch. If y'all know them, they're well, Jane's on Bounty Buddies and stuff. But just wonderful people. And Jane introduced me to Dungeon Crawl Classics and Hello Earworm. And so I don't know. Hey, what's up, Dan? I don't know if y'all are familiar with Crawl Classics. Do any of you know anything about it? I feel like I've seen the books for it like a ton of times and just like didn't even realize it was a thing. I just thought it was like old D&D stuff maybe. I don't know. Uh Jane's like a genius. Jane's so cool. So it is this it's really neat. So they like if you have any fondness for the old D&D books, the old like second edition stuff, which I do because I had all those as a kid and would like flip through them constantly, and that was my kind of only fantasy touchstone. Like that's all I had, and so they seem to have gotten uh, so it's this system. It's like kind of like a throwback system, and they like went and got like all the artists from those old books. Like they got the old ass men and had them. I'm pretty sure they're all men because that's all there were back then, apparently. But so it's this really weird system, this weird and neat system that I will try to explain right now. I've read not very much of the book, so so I might explain this bad, but essentially it solves the problem of people min maxing, and it does it by so everybody rolls up like you basically you're going to start your campaign by going into a dungeon with a bunch of level 0 peasants, and that are very squishy and die very fast. And yeah, so you're going into a dungeon with all these guys, and they're all level 0, and so you'll have like 15 of them. Each person will have like 2 to 4 characters that they play themselves, and the character creation is they basically have D&D stats, so it's like, you know, strength, but they have like agility instead of dexterity, that sort of thing, and they have a luck instead of they have like luck and personality instead of charisma and wisdom, but you know, intelligence as well. Anyway, so when you're rolling up these 4 characters that you're playing, or 3 characters that you're playing, you essentially just go you roll down the line and you roll 3d6, and so it's like if you roll a 3 for your strength is 3, and that is your character. And you roll also for like your profession and stuff like that. And basically, if you can get this level 0 character through this dungeon alive, then they get to get a class and become level 1, and that's like your character now. But basically, you're gonna have these 4 like janky ass characters, and but apparently you like, you know, you end up falling in love with at least one of them, and trying to keep them alive, and then you're totally hooked on it, and that's your little character, even though he's or she's or they are just absolutely garbage. It's called, yeah, Dungeon Crawl Classics. The energy around their booth was insane. It was a huge booth, and it was just crowded constantly. They have so much content. There's so many different little books and stuff. But yeah, it sounds really neat. And looking through the books, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go grab the book for a second, because it'll be easier just to show you. Hey, Greg. So like the art is all about like, I mean, it's bad, but it gives me such like nostalgia pangs. I don't know, man. I love it so much. Also, this like look at this shit. I love this shit so much. Oh man, it's so cool. Oh, look at this guy. Um, so like, and this is, where is it? Like, this is not something to laugh at, but, like Jim Rosloff, this man was so old he died when they were making this. His last 4 illustrations are in this book. Oh God. Let's celebrate Jim Rosloff right now. Guy could be a piece of shit. I have no idea. By flipping to page 110 and looking at his art. There it is. Oh, buddy. drawing that, death was coming for you. You had no idea. Well, I hope you're making cool ass bros with sick mustaches up in heaven, buddy. Um. Anyway, I'm gonna read more. I've read about again like 4 pages of this book, and it's, as you can see, gigantic. It also does the thing too where so you basically you roll your profession in the beginning. It's like a percentile, and and like the classes, and then when you get to pick a class, the classes are like fighter, wizard, cleric, elf, dwarf, halfling. So like you're either a human who is a thief or whatever, or if you're gonna be like a dwarf, if you're a dwarf, your class is dwarf, which I think is kind of interesting. Which I don't know, part of me likes it. Like I definitely am fully into the whole thing where your race is just flavor. Like I love that. That is what I'm all about. But also, a lot of times I will play a human character just because I don't know. Like I feel like for someone to be, I feel like it should be interesting when an elf walks into the room. You know, like that should be a big deal. And I feel like in D&D, it's just like everyone is like, I'm every single player character is like the most unique, bizarre race that you've never heard of. Because people want to try new and cool stuff, which totally makes sense. But it's like, but then what is special about this fantasy world? Like, where is the sense of magic when you are meeting this fate creature? So I don't know. I drove in a car a lot yesterday, so my brain is like mush. But yeah, hello all you friends. This is a good crowd. Sorry that I have been an absentee parent. It's been it's been a lot with the various conventions and stuff, and huge project at work, which also just finished. But yeah, super psyched to be on the other side of both GeeklyCon and GenCon, but also both events were super inspiring. So, but yeah, like man, it was so great talking to so many people at GenCon and at GeeklyCon. I mean, GeeklyCon was. It's so funny how different GeeklyCon and GenCon are. They're like the polar opposite of thing, but both totally inspiring and exciting and stuff. I am making a mess of this. Oh man, this. So we did a. We just transitioned to a CMS at work, so that's been just the whole thing. And I'm so glad it's done. And yeah, and I'm just excited to do some more crafting. Hello, Emily B. Oh, come on. You couldn't have been starstruck. Give me a break. Although I was like, it was really great having my daughter there when people came up and were like excited to see me. Like, yeah, your old dad's not so embarrassing now, is he? Oh, thank you, Stephen or Stefan. Thank you so much. Yeah, we so Gen Con was officially, it was pretty close, pretty neck and neck with PAX East, but Gen Con was officially our as officially our best show as far as number of things sold and number of money made, number of money is made. So yeah, we are already back in for Gen Con next year. Gen Con's like it's hard to get a spot, so and they're very good at getting you to re up. And they if you do it on site, then you get a big discount. So we were just like we did well enough that we were just like, all right, let's do it. But we feel like if we're gonna return to Gen Con, that we should have more drinks and daggers for people. You know, you know. So I don't know what that means, but Carly and I both did agree on that out loud. That we felt like there needed to be more drinks and daggers. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping that that is a thing that happens. I mean, I'm sure it will. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes, real drinks, real daggers for everyone. Yeah, I mean, look, if you give me a choice, do you want to go to Gen Con or GeeklyCon? Me personally, now that I've been to Gen Con once, I would say GeeklyCon because GeeklyCon, come on. But for the average human, that's a. Do you want a small personal experience or do you want to have access to all the cool stuff and a less personal experience? Yeah, I mean, you never know though, man. We end up selling every time we have a GeeklyCon, so um, sometimes people miss Kickstarters or have things going on in their life at the time, or I mean, you can't like I don't know. You all listen to podcasts, but I regularly take breaks from podcasts. So I will go and I will binge my favorite podcasts, and then I will take a break, and then I will binge and take a break. So if we were for lots of people, they were probably like taking a break while we were announcing Kickstarters or whatever, so they just missed stuff. So it happens. Hey, what's up, Mike? Wait, I didn't know that was you, Ivana. Ivana? Ivana, I saw a sign for Toledo, and I tried to convince Carly that we should drive an extra couple hours and hang out with you. Um, I was definitely not. I was definitely not serious. And if she had said yes, let's do it, I would have said go fuck yourself. But I did see a sign for Toledo, and I did have pangs of sadness for my friend Ivana and Fred, I guess. Ivana, come hang out here next weekend. You can bring your babies or whatever, and we can play Dungeon Crawl Classics together. I can't go whole weekends without seeing my friends and hugging them. I cannot have it. Quit. Quit your job. You should both quit. I can't even pay myself. Um, I'm gonna start a petition to open up Rochester BJ's. I'm doing it. We need one. Oh, okay. I have many. I no joke. I have a bunch. My new crafting ideas. But specifically, uh, I was walking past some booth and they had a sculpture of the cover of the old second edition Fiend Folio. There's like the weird looking guy. I forget what kind of creature it is. Anyway, but then it occurred to me that like, oh, like you could take, you could make this. You can make this guy, maybe not him, but you could take the covers of the old weird old books and make those. I don't have any other cool ones, but yeah, I don't know. I thought that would be fun. I had other stuff too. I want to make more like greetings adventurers stuff. Good night, Ivana. What else? What else? What else? Oh, if y'all haven't seen it, we posted the live show video. Um, it's up on YouTube now, so you can see Mike Bachman give me a lap dance. If that's your sort of thing, which I'm assuming it is. But it was, I was just as uncomfortable watching it the second time. And then I was like, see myself just trying desperately to play along somehow. Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know, maybe I'll dance, sort of bob my head along to the music. Oh god, no, he's taking off his. Yep, yep, yep. Come on, there you go. Focus up. Yeah, it was super funny. Oh man, let's see how hard I'm laughing too. That's for sure. But it was a very good time. They also have that Dungeon Crawls Classics. They also have a like post-apocalyptic version, which I could potentially be into that as well. Um, so what else is going? Is any what's going on? What's going on with y'all? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have anything going on they want to talk about? The next thing that we're doing, and I will be definitely probably tomorrow and in future days streaming this, but Yeah, first live show since 2019. Um, Carly and I are going to be doing Anime North, and we are going to be dressing up as Demon Slayer folks, and I'm going to be the sword maker guy, and I'm going to be making my cosplay bits. So I'm going to be doing a mask. I'm going to be doing the mask, and also he has two sort of knives. They're almost like butcher knives. Um, so I'll be making those. But for the mask, I'm going to try to use, and let me know if any of you have used this stuff before, but I'm going to try to use Sculptamold and see how that works. So it's this uh, it's like fibery stuff. That it's light. It dries light, so it's almost like, I don't know. It's like plaster, but with fibery bits in it, so that it's really light. Anyway, that'll be interesting to play with, I guess. I've seen lots of other people use it, but we haven't done that, Craig, but it sounds friggin' awesome. Um, for Vason, we had a cast member had a baby, so at some point, if Bridget gets her head above water, we could possibly play again. I definitely want to finish those stories, so I think they will come up again. But I think it's gonna be. I wouldn't hold your breath or start a countdown or anything, because yeah, babies are a lot of work. But I would love to. I would love to finish that up. Yeah, it was super fun. Carly and I really liked doing it too. Um, we liked working on a show together. Yeah, and I'm super happy for them. Um, yeah, I know they really wanted a little one, so um, but tips on getting into board game design. Here's one: don't do it. Hey, that's what I was told when I started doing it, and I didn't listen. Um, but yeah, hopefully, hopefully after this, our most successful show, um, maybe we won't be in board game specific debt anymore. We'll have to check the books, but man, that would be pretty sick. Maybe we can actually start making money. And it's like, but your Kickstarter made $100,000. I know. Shit's expensive. Um, Man, I don't know how this is gonna look. And I guess I won't until I bake it, huh? I mean, I can guess. I wonder if what I should have done is. No, I think I tried that actually. I was gonna say I should have made this pattern and then rolled this over to like get the imprint, and then I remembered I totally tried that and it totally didn't work. Um, the pay, yeah, I mean we launched a party game in 2019, so um, party games not great for pandemics, but I mean, it's not like, once we sell all of our stock, we'll have made a bunch of money. There's no worry there. It's just we're not at the break even point, or we may be now, but we weren't at the break even point pre Gen Con yet, because we had to do a second order, and boy, that second order got pricey. The shipping got super expensive. Yeah, so but we're in good shape now. I did see people playing the One Piece card game. I didn't get a chance to play it myself. I didn't really play anything. We really just were in the booth working the whole time. And we just took little forays out to, buy stuff. But I definitely saw people playing the One Piece card game, and I was like, excuse me? Although the one game that I did play was the My Little Pony deck builder, and let me tell you, that's actually a pretty good game. It's made by Renegade, and Renegade's a real studio. They make good games, and they made a very solid deck builder that is themed My Little Pony. I mean, it's I'm not a big lover of My Little Pony. I don't dislike My Little Pony. I think I'm super on board with people loving My Little Pony. I love it when people love things. People should like things and not feel bad about liking things. So yeah. So My Little Pony card game. It's pretty sick. Larkin and I, it was Saturday night and we hadn't played a game. So, I'm just, I'm a low talker too sometimes. So sorry if I'm pointing my face away from the microphone and not talking very loud. So Saturday night we hadn't really played any games, and Larkin and I were not totally dead, so we decided to go down to the lobby of our hotel, which was just full of Gen Con people, and play the My Little Pony card game. And I was like, this will be fun and hilarious, and it was. It was really fun, and this one dude came over, and this is why I love Gen Con and nerd conventions in general. But this guy came over to us. He was a 20-something-year-old guy, and a person whom society has deemed unable to enjoy friendship and adorable ponies, and society says he's not allowed to like that. But my man came up to us and was like super excited. I was like, oh, you're playing the deck builder. I played the tabletop RPG. I tested the tabletop RPG today, really loved it, and blah blah. And he was just going on about it, and it was like, bless you, sir. Bless you for just loving this shit and just walking up to complete strangers and not caring, not worrying about being judged. And he was just like, hell yeah, bro. And that's such a good thing for my daughter to see too. So I don't know. It was a good experience. I love nerds. Nerds are the best. Man, I think I've pretty much done it. I might hold it half a millimeter from my eyeball and mess with it a little bit more off camera, but Yeah, I gotta check out the. I want to buy some of the level 0 DCC modules. They look good as shit. All right, I'm gonna. Carly just got home with the puppies. I'm gonna leave this as a short one, because I'm definitely gonna be back on tomorrow. So, so I will see y'all's tomorrow. Oh, and we're